So as I'm sure we're all aware, the 2025 Oscar nominations have been announced. There were some good nominations, there were some bad nominations, as there usually are with the Academy. They do some good things, they do some bad things, and some very questionable things.
I'm sorry, no, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
Today, I want to talk about one of my favorite filmmakers working today and one of my favorite filmmakers really of all time. And I want to speak about how he was snubbed at this year's Oscars as well as Oscars in years past.
Bonjour, my name is Denis Villeneuve.
So if you take a quick look at the Best Picture category, you can see that Dune Part 2 was included in the nominations, which is a fantastic thing and it makes me really happy. It's really awesome to see Dune Part 2 recognized as being one of the best films of last year because it literally was the best film of last year. But the category I specifically want to talk about is the Best Director category. So if you take a quick look at that list, you can see within the 5 names that are there, Denis Villeneuve is nowhere to be found, which is a very questionable and, in my opinion, bad choice by the Academy. Denis Villeneuve was the best director of last year. Honestly, he's been the best director of the past 10 years, and he's well on his way to being one of the best directors of all time, in my humble opinion. When a director makes a film like Dune Part 2, which was, in my opinion, the best movie of last year, one of the best sci-fi films of all time, it's kind of weird how that director isn't nominated in the category of best directors. And it kind of feels like history is repeating itself because back in 2022, Dune Part 1 was also nominated for Best Picture, but Denis Villeneuve wasn't nominated for Best Director. Make that make sense. I don't know how you can watch these two movies and not be convinced that this is the best director working today. Like, and don't get me wrong, the Best Director category of this year, the 2025 Oscars, wasn't terrible. The crop of directors nominated this year weren't terrible. You have filmmakers like Sean Baker, Brady Corbett, James Mangold, Coralie Farguet, and the director of Emilia Perez, which is my big problem. You couldn't leave that slot open for Denis Villeneuve. And the fact that I'm phrasing it in a way that makes it seem like Denis Villeneuve needs to be pushed into this category is crazy because he should be a first ballot in this category. Like, there should be a spot reserved for him. The first spot reserved in this category should be for Denis Villeneuve. Like, honestly, it shouldn't even be a question. Like, Denis must have done something to the Academy because they do not like that guy. I just seriously don't understand how you can look at his body of work. If you look at Denis' filmography from 2010 to now, it's insane. In 2010, we got Incendie. In 2013, we got Enemy and Prisoners. In 2015, we got Sicario. In 2016, we got Arrival. In 2017, we got Blade Runner 2049, one of the best sci-fi sequels of all time. And then in 2021, we got Dune Part 1. And in 2024, we got Dune Part 2. If you look at that crop of films, if you look at the consistency, it's insane. This is why I so proudly claim my statement of Denis Villeneuve being the best director of the past 10 years, and at this point, honestly, the best director of the past 15 years. There is nobody quite operating in the space like Denis Villeneuve. You can argue all you want that there are better directors working today, but in my opinion, there's just not. I think Denis is just operating at a higher level than every other director working today. And there are a lot of great directors, a lot of directors that I love and respect and hold at a high regard, but none of them top Denis. If anything, a lot of them are just a step below him. But right now, he is operating at a high level. He's like prime LeBron, prime Kobe. He is at the top of his game and nobody is stopping him. Except for the Academy because they don't want to see him shine. They don't want to give him his flowers and I don't know why. Yeah, it's great that Dune Part 2 got nominated for Best Picture, but is it going to win? Probably not. An award like that's probably going to go to like The Brutalist or Nora or Conclave, which are great movies, don't get me wrong, but to me none of those movies were better than Dune Part 2, and I think a lot of people can agree with me that Dune Part 2 was the best movie of 2024, and by product of that I think a lot of people will agree that Denis was the best director of 2024 as well. I love Denis, he's my favorite director, and it just makes me upset when I don't see him get his flowers when he justly deserves it. I hope that Dune Part 2 does some damage at the Oscars. You know, it didn't really get a lot of love. The biggest category I'd say that it got outside of Best Picture was cinematography for Greg Fraser. So hopefully it can win cinematography because I doubt that it's going to win Best Picture. But fingers crossed, I hope that Dune Part 2 can win Best Picture. That would be awesome. If Dune Part 2 did win Best Picture, it would make the fact that Denis didn't get nominated for Best Director hurt just a little bit less. So feel free to let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section below. Do you think Denis should have gotten nominated for Best Director? Do you think Dune Part 2 will win Best Picture? Feel free to let me know all of your Oscar predictions in the comment section below. And feel free to let me know if you want me to cover all of the Oscar nominations. I can do that for you guys. Just let me know. But that's that's all for now. I couldn't let this disrespect on Denis fly by any longer. I had to say something, I had to rant, and this was just my process of letting out that emotion. Shout out Dune Part 2, shout out the best movie of 2024, and shout out Denis Villeneuve for being the best director of that year and of the past 15 years. But with all that being said, have a good day, watch some good movies, and watch Dune. Peace.